YouTube, Facebook, and Tumblr fans. Welcome back. This is going to be another request video, this time requested by Thomas the Rockaholic 11. We have Van Halen's self-titled 1978 debut, which is a classic in many people's eyes. So, I alluded to some of my opinions on this album in my A Different Kind of Truth review back in May, but I did record it on my old channel back when it was new in February, so I just kind of had to switch it over from one channel to the other when I made this Midnight Strike one, but I basically said that Van Halen's A Different Kind of Truth is second only best album they have ever released since their debut. Since this landmark achievement by the band, Van Halen won. With such classics as Runnin' with the Devil, Eruption, You Really Got Me, Ain't Talking About Love, I'm the One, Jamie's Crying, Atomic Punk, Fear Your Love Tonight, Little Dreamer, Ice Cream Man, and On Fire. Oh, wait, what was that? I just named off every single one of those tracks. Why? Well, because they're all classics in their own right. They're all gold. I really like this album, really like everything it stands for, including the vocals, the production value, the solos, the ripping solo, especially in Eruption, that actually does sound like a volcano erupting, practically, an eruption of solos. So I guess that's why they decided to name it that, is because that's what it feels like. It's so hard, it's so edgy, it's just frantic and everything. Just awesome. So, and it also has one of the best covers in history, in rock history, You Really Got Me. Originally performed by the Kinks, but Van Halen in this album make it their own by changing around the song, tweaking the song a little bit, making it sound a little bit more modern at the time, and with the live production coupled with Dave's screeching vocals in this, he actually had sort of a screeching tone in this album. It sounds phenomenal. So I must say I like this cover, the cover version, better than the original song, and that really doesn't happen very often. You know, few and far between, few rare cases. Metallica's Am I Evil? What's another one? Lacuna Coil's Losing My Religion. Holy Diver by Killswitch Engage is kind of a little bit, not as much, I don't like it as much as the original, but Dio can never really be bested, so to be fair, the cover was awesome. So, yeah, getting into this album a little bit, I mean, there's so much to talk about, so much here to listen to, so much classic gold music, and let's start with Runnin' with the Devil. Runnin' with the Devil is a slower track, and it's more of a smooth track. That's really the best way I can describe it, is it's smooth. Instead of trying to complement the song, the guitar solos sort of just glide along with it and just play around the rhythm rather than against it and just try to be all technical about it. And unlike most slow songs, it's not monotone in that it is very easy to listen to, very easy to catch on to, and it really keeps the listener's attention. So I really do like that. It really keeps it engaged. It's slow enough where it's not like super fast and frantic like, say, Panama or You Really Got Me or, you know, Atomic Punk, I'm the One, like that. But it is kind of, you know, slower paced in its own right. So, and the next one actually greatly contradicts that with Eruption. Of course, it's one of the fastest tracks on the album. It is an instrumental, or just a guitar solo, if you want to call it that. And it's awesome. It is an eruption of guitar solos. So the live production on this song especially, it makes you feel like you're actually there. That's the thing with this album. It has the most raw production, makes you actually feel like you're there, and there's a great use of distortion effects all over this album. Probably my favorite for the distortion effects is the intro to Atomic Punk. It just sounds really eerie, really awesome. And, you know, I said awesome in this review. I'm probably going to continue saying awesome because that's really the only word that comes to mind when I think of Van Halen's debut, Van Halen 1, that was released in 1978. So, like I said, Van Halen, awesome band. There we go again. Van Halen, amazing band. The next one, You Really Got Me, of course, like I said, one of the best covers of all time in rock history. Just Dave's screeching vocals, he knows how to soothingly sing, even more so than he does on A Different Kind of Truth. Of course, A Different Kind of Truth was like 40 some years later, but at the same time, he still knows how to sing, he just could do it better way back in the day. So, some may argue that Sammy Hagar's vocals, who came in Van Halen in 85, some may argue that his vocals are a little bit more, you know, a little bit higher, a little bit better little bit, you know, Sammy, like most people say Dave's got nothing on Sammy, but Dave is the right replacement for Van Halen. I would have to agree, except for I don't like Sammy Hagar right now. I liked him back in the day, now he doesn't. Now I'm just getting off tangent. Okay, Ain't Talking About Love. I really like how the guitars meld together in this song, and just the melody and the structure in general is just very well crafted. Vocals are sound, and chorus is really good. Um, Again, the production is really prevalent on the leads. It just, like I said, it makes you feel like you're actually there. Next one is I'm the One. This one's not as well known by the band. It's not really played that often on classic rock radio or anything like that, but it is one of my favorites. So, especially just because of just the sheer production value, some of Eddie's leads, and a lot of the, you know, just the 1950s kind of bluesy hard rockiness. About 3/4 of the way through, he's just like, I don't know. It's a good song, basically. Next one is Jamie's Crying, and this one's a little bit of a slower one, and the leads in this song are probably what really make it stand out. The slower leads, and just basically Eddie Van Halen's playing, and of course the singing by David Lee Roth, the soul crooning kind of vocal style, and chorus is good, riff structure's awesome, and the verses especially stand out in this song. Really great song altogether. Next one is Atomic Punk. Love that intro, just that sweeping sort of distortion, and it's awesome. And then it gets in with the guitar riffs, some drumming, some cymbals, and it's really good. So I really like it. Vocals are sound, and it's just like a sort of a middle paced song. It's not too fast, not too slow. And the next one is Feel Your Love Tonight. This one's more of like a bluesy kind of thing. Like I said, like the 1950s kind of bluesy track. And really good song. Little Dreamer. This one kind of took me a little bit to get into. It's a slower song, much like Running with the Devil, except for it's much more downbeat. And it's like, I don't know. It's took me a little while to get into, just for the sake of, for the sole reason of, it sort of builds up a little bit, and sort of, I mean, it's a really good song, but it starts off really slow, and it kind of loses me about midway into the track, but then it gains back my attention as I start listening to it. It is a good track, and once you listen to it a few times, it should sink in, and it should keep your attention all the way through. Ice Cream Man, this is the more, like I said, 1950s style blues, and it's more of like an acoustic kind of thing that gets more into the, you know, electric, and it has electric guitars in it, and it just sounds like Stay Frosty. Stay Frosty sounds like this track. This is where Stay Frosty drew its influence from on the latest album. It's not a remake, it's not a cover, it's not a rip-off. They can't rip off their own shit. So, yeah. Stay Frosty was made from this track, basically, and yeah, it's a good track. Really cheesy lyrics, kind of like, you know, the old 1950s, I'm the ice cream man, stop me when I'm passing by kind of thing. The double entendres, you know, double meanings, which is really clever. I really like that. I really like when AC/DC did that too, so good track. Next one is On Fire, and this track is on fire. It's an awesome melody of combining guitars and just drums and bass. Everything on this song is pretty much where it needs to be. And I especially like the intro riff, just the guitars in it, and the chorus especially too. Really good song, great way to close off the album, and I must say, this album is a piece of classic rock at its finest. So, much like I said for the Airborne track, but this one is just a classic. So overall, my top 3 Van Halen albums, Van Halen 1, A Different Kind of Truth, as well as 1984 with Jump, Panama, Hot for Teacher, Top Jimmy. House of Pain is one of my favorites as well. So, but like I said, I wasn't really a big Van Halen fan before A Different Kind of Truth came out. I mean, like, I knew their classics. I had a few of their classics. I liked them, but didn't really go searching that much for Van Halen's inner discography. So, yeah, now I really like them. Now I'm a huge fan, and this album stands among the best. So I'm going to give this album a 9.8 out of 10. Really good album, really solid, just shy of perfect, if not for, you know, Little Dreamer, which Little Dreamer, like I said, it takes a while to get into, but it is a good song. It's just one of the weaker ones on the album, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So, yeah, 9.8 out of 10. Same thing I rated A Different Kind of Truth, but this is a better album than A Different Kind of Truth, of course. So, yeah. Van Halen, awesome album. 9.8 out of 10. Thank you very much, Thomas. I was going to do a classic review on this, but you requested it, so perfect timing. Thomas the Rockaholic 11, check him out. Description, link down there. Thank you very much. This is Midnight Strike 3625. Keep calm and rock on.